know, it just made me remember the times I would be sitting down writing certain rhymes. So when you say adrenaline rush or this or that, like people don't realize how intense I was when it came to being a rapper when I wrote that album. Like I just remember moments of laying in the dark on the carpet, like, you know, writing out my verse to adrenaline rush.
Now niggas that swear to God they can fuck with the supernatural lyricist, making you obey my every command like I'm a hypnotist.
Good, my name's Custom Made. I am behind all the production for IAMGAWD's album, The Eternal Reflection. I produced the whole album, and yeah, we're here now. I met IAMGAWD through my homie Max Julian. He actually introduced me to him while they were working on their IAMGAWD compilation, or album I should say. And I was really impressed with some of the work that IAMGAWD was doing at the time. Max Julian was just showing me some early recordings of their project, and I was really impressed. And I was just like, yo, you got to get me in. Like, I want to work with dude. He's really nice with it. And it just developed from there. Like, it was more of like a slow burn kind of thing, because at the time, you know, T, he was really focused on finishing up his album, and I basically ended up helping them out with, you know, art direction, designed the cover for them and whatnot. But then Max really put in a good word for me, and he's just like, yo, you should fuck with Custom. He's got some shit if you're, like, you know, steady trying to work. And basically that's where we're at now. The process was different. After IAMGAWD album dropped, you know, I was really trying to figure out how the fuck I was gonna top that, because, you know, the production that Max did is amazing. The work that, you know, T did on that album is superior, and I was just really conflicted because, you know, I wanted to make something as dope, but I really didn't know how to approach it, you know. And I would talk to Max Julian a lot about, like, yo, how am I gonna approach this dude, because it seems like he could just rap over anything and everything. And then basically Max just told me to take a chill pill, and he's like, just do you, and, you know, if he fucks with it, he fucks with it. If he doesn't, you know, I mean, at least you tried, type shit. So initially I like put a bunch of beats together that I crafted just for him, because I was trying to go off of that IAMGAWD feel. But, you know, T, throughout that process of me and him going back and forth, he expressed that he didn't want to do that. Like, he noticed that one of the tracks that I had provided for him was, you know, bringing out something different, and he definitely wanted to go a different route. And I was kind of salty, because, like, I hooked him up with a bunch of shit that I thought was gonna be dope, and he was like, nah, like, this ain't it. I think out of, like, the first batch, he only picked like two or three beats, and I was like, what the fuck? But overall, I was happy that he did what he did, because on the second round, when I put a bunch of beats together, you know, and he expressed what he was trying to do and what he was trying to go for, it kind of opened up, you know, the floodgates in regards to what I would actually submit to him. And, you know, as a producer, we kind of have like this biased opinion of our own work, and sometimes we don't like sending people stuff that we think isn't that great. But when T pretty much asked me, like, hey, you know, I'm trying to go a different direction, you know, let's see what else you got. So I just put a bunch of stuff together that I felt would go in line with what he was trying to do, and I just kind of left it, you know, threw it up in the air and kind of like, it is what it is. If he fucks with it, cool. If he doesn't, and yeah, it ended up being the right move, because, like, he picked out so many other beats that I didn't think, me personally, would go with what he was trying to do. But yeah, it was amazing. From the first batch, he picked the beat that goes behind the Ghost of Cavalier Mitchell. That was one of the first beats that he picked, and when he sent me like a snippet of that, I was like, yo, this is gonna be dope. And I presumed that we were gonna be on that type of vibe, but when he expressed what he was really trying to do, it definitely changed the feel of what I was trying to do. And I'm kind of happy it happened the way it did, because I feel like cohesively, everything that we've put forth to now is basically what you're gonna hear. And yeah, I have no doubt in my mind, like, people are not gonna be disappointed. They're gonna actually be really impressed. And I feel like this is the move. And I just can't wait for you guys to hear it. It's the eternal reflection. And I think, you know, there's a lot that needs to be covered and addressed, and T does that, like, no doubt, 100%, tenfold, and that's where we're at. This album most definitely captures the essence of Chicago, the life in Chicago.
Niggas like a colonic is comical. Thinking you fucking with the diabolical, murder methodical. Competing with me is illogical, probable. I could drop a few bars that'll astonish you, make you feel unstoppable from cuticle to your follicles. Honor you never, fuck applauding you, rather slaughter you. I'ma do better, break you down to the smallest.
I'm Decay the Llama, aka Decay, aka Daryl, whatever. Formerly of Green Llama Crew, formerly of Mole Men. I am the CEO of Filthē Records. I've worked with a number of people throughout Chicago. I think, you know, I know people who do amazing things. And one of those people that I know does amazing stuff is Custom. And me and Custom, we know each other for a long time. I knew him from back when his name was Avarice. And, you know, he was doing a little bit of rap things, and he messed with the Sound Merchants and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so I used to every once in a while holler at him and get beats, and, you know, we make a couple songs here and there. He's always been a good dude, got a good ear for talent, and everybody I know knows him, loves him. Like, they fuck with him hard. And so he told me about this one cat named T the God, and he was like, you gotta check out this album he did with Max Julian, and you know, I think he's really special. And so, you know, I went and I bought the album from Bandcamp. You know, I didn't really get a chance to listen to it right away, but, you know, I had it on cue. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. So eventually when I got a chance to listen to it, I was like, okay, yeah, this album is something right here. This dude, I never heard of him, but he was spitting. He was spitting. It was serious. I was like, okay. And then he tells me he's got a project he's working on with him. So I was kind of interested in seeing where that was going to go. I let him know, you know, if it's something that makes sense, that maybe we could talk about doing something together with it. And one day he hits me with this song, Chosen. And he tells me, check this shit out. Man, I hit him right back like, yo, what is this? Some of the illest production I heard from him, it sounded really clean, really smooth, and you know, just the whole vibe of the song. It just, yeah, it grabbed me, and I was like, this is something that, you know, we need to really move on. We need to do something with this. So, you know, he was like, yeah, you know, this guy, he's been working on stuff. I haven't really heard all the stuff he's worked on. You know, he'll send me like little vocal snippets and things like that. So he hadn't really heard the full like sound of like what the beats and what he sounds like on it. So, you know, we're talking about like, let's try to make something happen. We end up getting on a call with T. He had changed his name to just IAMGAWD. And the name at first, I was like, I don't know about this name, IAMGAWD. And I'm like, you know, like, let me just, I was like, what's your government name, man? Because I don't know about calling another grown man IAMGAWD. It was kind of a strange thing, but I later got to learn that GAWD stands for getting ahead without defaulting. So when you have the name like that, is I am getting ahead without defaulting. IAMGAWD. That's really creative. I was like blown away by that. And then he sent us the album that he was able to record with Dr. Mindbender. And it wasn't completed. There were a few spots where he was waiting for some vocals for some other people, some other guest spots to come in. And wow, when I heard it, first thing I thought was, like, what the hell, man? Like, where's this dude been? Like, it's insane when you hear somebody who's that good and they have a very clear idea that goes through the whole album. It's a very clear, like, message that's there. And they're able to convey exactly what they want to say, what they mean. And it comes across, it's just like you feel it. You feel it. Like, dude has a lot of heart. He has a lot of charisma on the mic, but he really has that passion. Like everything you hear him say is like you feel like this is what he really means. This is real. And yeah, man, I heard it. It was something special to me. So I was like, we've got to get working on this one. We got to put this out. We got to get it to as many people as we can. And you know, it's definitely one of the most special albums I feel like I've ever been a part of. You know, like even beyond just my own music that I made, it just feels like, wow, this is something here. So yeah, T is he's just a great dude, man. IAMGAWD, he's a very genuine person. Since I started talking to him about the things we could do, he's been really just all in on the idea of like whatever we need to do to push this, to get this out, and you know, thinking long haul, like what else are we gonna do even beyond this, and how things are gonna go. And I really appreciate that from him. He's a self-starter. He pushes everybody to do more and get better. I think I think everybody who hears this album is gonna hear exactly what I'm saying right now and be like, yeah, they can hear it, they can feel it, because this is something special moment. I love it, man. It's great.
Knew that you couldn't, but yet you still attempted to get with this authentic, diminished, psychotic nigga that's been demonic. Ironic how they sleep on it, but yet this shit so iconic. I jotted and get the shit in on niggas like a colonic. It's comical, thinking you fucking with the diabolical, murder methodical. Competing with me is illogical, probable. I could drop a few bars that'll astonish you, make you feel unstoppable from cuticle to your follicles. Honor you never, fuck applauding you, rather slaughter you. I'ma do better, break you down to the smallest particle. Parts of you scattered all over the area, airing a fully automatic. Cause a mass hysteria, you better get your homies fitted for suit so they can carry your coffin to the land of the lost, and then so they can bury you. Stare in the face of something deadly, and the malaria flow gets scarier with every listen. I'm on a mission, breaking down barriers.